It's a beautiful moment when you finally get out of a narcissistic relationship. See, now you get to breathe that fresh air. You get to choose. You value your freedom. You reconnect with those people you abandoned during that relationship. You know, when you was isolated. And you try figure out how to heal and move on. And in the midst of that personal growth, months, possibly years go by. And your narcissist ex starts realizing what they lost, missing that energy you provided, all those compassionate moments that you gave. So now they begin to hover over you, calling you from random numbers, watching your stories, liking your pics, asking your friends and family about you, apologizing for how they did you, letting you know how much they've grown and they've changed, and they just really want to talk to you. The problem isn't that you're even considering going back to them. Nah, you're too smart for that now. The real problem is that they're disturbing your fucking peace. Now you start having anxiety, afraid they're gonna show up at all the places that you go. Just remember that your silence is your power. Stay vigilant, stay inspired, and stay the fuck away from that toxic bullshit permanently.
Your silence is your power.
Yep.
Your silence is your power.
Look, for everybody dealing with somebody that's a narcissistic person or has a narcissistic tendency, he just gave you the blueprint.
Facts.
He literally gave you the blueprint on how to deal with it as far as getting out of it. Like, you have to protect your peace. You got to protect your solitude. Like, you got to protect, especially if things are going right in your life, you know, after something like that. And I'm not trying to say, you know, some situations aren't the worst in the world, but I'm like, if you feel like you're feeling better about yourself, like, you got to protect that. Like I said, it's no different from you having somebody negative in your circle that's just always negative. You like, yeah, I got to get away from you because, like,
Facts.
you making me negative. So it's like when you out of something and you dealing with just positive things, or you just starting to be able to breathe, you know, you got more freedom to yourself. You can think clearly. Your mental is not bad. You know, starting to hit the gym a little bit more. Like, yeah, you got to protect that. Like,
Facts.
for sure. Like, because it's like you don't want to disrupt that by possibly, you know, entertaining this person again. Like, so I think it's like I said, he gave y'all the key. Like I said, I mean, I think that's very important.
Let's rewind a little bit on the video. So to help some people out also, and I'm pretty sure if you dealt with a person that have narcissistic traits or narcissistic tendency or just a straight up narcissist, you gain a nervous system. You gain something in you that, you know, disrupt your peace when you're dealing with this person. You can be out there living your life, bro, or her, doing your thing. Now this person popping up out of nowhere. Now this person calling, blah, blah, blah. Your nervous system start to flare up. So what he said that was important, remember that you got out of it, and remember that you need to protect your peace. Because it's like, it's so easy for you to go back into that realm of like being nervous and stuff like that. Because, bro, when most of the time when people in a narcissistic relationship, bro, you deal with so much confusion, you can't, it's like your heart and your mind can't take it, because it's like you don't even know what the F going on. So it's like, I understand why most people say like, yo, you lose yourself inside a narcissistic relationship, because there's so many lies, it's so much disrespect, it's so much confusion, it's so much to where it's though it's like you on earth, you living, but in your heart and your mind, it's like, yo, what the F is I'm doing? So it's like, as you say, you gotta protect your mind at all costs, bro. But if somebody is mentally messing you up, I feel like that is one of the things that start to gain like a nervous. So you start to be nervous about things. You start to wonder, is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen? And even when you out of it, like that shit don't go nowhere until after a while. But we always try to talk about on a positive note also, bro. Like I told y'all before, God put you through this for a reason. It make you more intentional. It make you start paying attention a little bit more and everything. It makes you better conscious, and after you've been through it, it makes you stronger as a person.
No, I agree.
You feel me?
I agree. That's why it's important. It's very important for you just to understand that anytime you're dealing with somebody that has narcissistic tendencies, like I said, it's always good that you protect your peace. If you don't protect your peace, like, honestly, I mean, it's a lack of respect you have for yourself too.
Right.
I think once you leave something like that, you have the respect. You're starting to gain the respect for yourself. But once you allow this person to, whether they be male or female, once you allow this person to come back in and start, you know, toying with your emotions, letting them, say certain things like that. That's how you start to lose the respect that you just gained for yourself again. So it's like you always want to keep the respect you have for yourself. And like he said, bro, it's very important that you stay silent.
Yeah.
Because you may think you know how to win with this type of individual, but I think going forward, and I'm not saying I don't know if this works for all narcissistic people when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, but I think the way to not necessarily win, but more so stay ahead of what you're doing and always try to protect your peace is to stay silent.
Facts.
And I think some people may look at it a different way and think that arguing back and forth with this person or trying to get your point across is going to work. And I got this thing in my book, bro, to where it's like, I want to, like I said, I've said this before, probably, I don't know how many videos I said this, but I know I probably said it in one video. I'm like, yo, nowadays in 2026, you got one time with me. You mess up one time, like that's it. Like I probably can't give you a second chance. But if you wanted to give a strike system, you can give a 3-strike system. Like I said, even say if you telling your kids or something like that, you give your kids a 3-strike system. You're not gonna give your kids 10 strikes to be like, all right, I did this my 10th time telling you. Yeah. Now I'm gonna whip you now. Nah, no, you gonna tell your kids like, hey, you got one time. I'm gonna tell you again. If you don't do it on the 3rd time, I'm tearing that behind up. as that being your kids. Now, dealing with a narcissistic person, why would you allow this person to do this thing that many times before you tell yourself in your head that I'm not going to deal with this person anymore? That's why I say have a strike system. If it's 3 strikes that you out, then it's 3 strikes you out. Don't keep going back and forth in your head saying, oh, should I give this person one more strike or should I deal with this one more time? No, you already gave this person 3 strikes, bro. Right. That's it. That's how you had a respect for yourself, and that's how you keep your peace, bro.
You can always gain that confidence back. You can always set boundaries for yourself. Don't never think it's too late. It's never too late. You can start anywhere, man. Small by small. And once you start, I'm not necessarily saying like playing a game, but being more intentional and being smart, that's when it's going to come about. And when you take, as my man said, when you take a step back and analyze the whole situation, you're going to really be like, damn. Nah, I've been the one that really been getting carried this whole time. So yeah, man, great video, man. Stay aware, stay focused, and y'all always gonna see us in the next one. I'm Bones, baby.
I'm Be Easy, man. We catch you on the next one, man.
All right, we out.
We out.